Hello everyone, welcome to Grounded Roots Healing. I am Jason, and I wanted to say that I hope everybody, frankly in the world, is able to find peace in the, let's say, tumultuous times that we're in. Now, I don't know if anyone noticed, but we had an election here. Not here, I'm Canadian, but an election, a very significant election in the United States. And the results of which I knew what they were going to be. Clairvoyant. And I know why. But I also know that not everybody's privy to the why. And that from the perspective of the people who were not the victors in this, the opposing side, this appears like a very scary thing to have happened. And it's going to be hard for anyone to convince you otherwise. But from my perspective and what I've been shown by my higher self, which is just a version of God itself, which I have to trust as the truth, everything is going to be just fine. Not just fine. Amazing. This is a step in the right direction. It's a step towards getting to that end result that I've seen of the most beautiful future that humanity could ever imagine. Beyond your wildest dreams. Now, it's not going to look like that to you right now, but like I said, you don't have the whole picture. And for my part, I don't have the whole picture either. I don't know exactly how this is going to work, but when I had my enlightenment, which lasted about 3 days, I started automatic writing and obsessing over the future and what was going to happen. I wrote all this stuff down in a book which sits in my writing desk here at home, and it's the approximate what would you say, the approximate path of where this is going to go. So I did know that an attempt on Trump was going to be had. I didn't realize there'd be two. I did know he was going to win in a landslide victory. And I do still know that the people who have been in charge will not give up that easily. So I pray that this goes way smoother than it could, and I don't foresee anything where a lot of people are hurt. So just a lot of fear, and that is the point. The fear is what the other team feeds off of. The opposing force, they thrive off this stuff, and they've built the systems that we are living in around fear and control. So the team of light, let's say, the only way to wrestle control back of the system and then dismantle it is to play in the system. And in order to play in that system, you have to have a bit of dark in you. You have to have a shadow, or you wouldn't end up where these men who are at the helm now ended up. You're playing in a system that is corrupt. You got to play their games. So like I said, I just hope that you're able to find peace and to find yourself a bit of comfort, I guess. A bit of knowing that this is going to be okay. It is. I know that with every fiber of my being. Now, I am not an American, well, a U.S. citizen. I'm in Canada, but this election was important to the entire planet. And it's just the first domino. So this will lead to changes all around the world, including in our political system here in Canada, which I suspect will start to, the domino up here will start to fall shortly. And don't be shocked when certain lists are released and people start going to jail. Don't be shocked as to who is on this list. It's going to be way more surprising than you could imagine, and disturbing, to be honest. It's a horrible situation. It's not something I want to see or look at, and in fact, you shouldn't. What you should do is just have faith that it's going to be okay. You're in God's hands. You are God. Nothing bad can happen to you. Nothing. So, hold the faith. That's what I'm doing. And trying not to watch any of this stuff and just concentrate on the things that are actually important. Like your family, your pets, your loved ones, your friends, your hobbies. Concentrate on those and be creative and bring joy into your life, and this is the best thing you can do. It's the best thing for your health, and your health is tied way more intricately to your mental health than you could ever possibly imagine. Your mental health is the cause of all the sickness, i.e. the energy that you're vibrating at is what makes you sick. Makes everybody sick. This will all become apparent and obvious in the future, and we will change it. And everyone's going to be okay. So this brings me to the state of our hospitals. So a few days ago, someone in my family had an appointment at a specialist in our local big city of 500,000 people here. And it was the facilities that we went into. It was like a day surgery hospital with consultants in the city. Wow. The state of our healthcare system is atrocious. Atrocious. I couldn't believe how bad that place was. So the building that we went to was probably 15 stories. Looked like it had been built in the 50s or 60s. It was a brown brick building, and nothing has changed. So I'm sure this was state of the art in the 50s and 60s. But you can see that this was designed not around the vibrational energy keeping the vibrational energy of the environment high. It was built not unlike a mechanic shop or it felt like you're going in to get a muffler on your car. So you walk into the building, it's got two big doors. They're not automatic. Of course not. You walk into the entryway, there's no directions. There's like this way, that way. Then you gotta go find the sign and figure out where you gotta go. And then you go to the elevator. Now, the elevator was giant stainless steel doors, looked like a morgue. And it was from the original elevators from the building from the 50s or 60s. So probably, it's damn near 100 years old now. It's 80 years old. They probably renovated it in the 70s. Anyway, these morgue elevator, we get into this. There's giant steel doors slam closed, and then we got to go down a level. So we go down to the basement level. There's no windows. The paint's peeling on every wall. The floor tiles are popping up. We go into this entrance to this office, which has been there since the 60s. They have the pictures of all the doctors who had been started there and retired there on the wall. And there's not a plant in sight. There's no artwork on the walls. There's nothing beautiful in that place. The smell, it smelled like sewer. Amanda commented on that one. We walk into the office, and you're greeted, you take your number, and then you get yelled at when your number's called, like you're going for a muffler, or at the DMV. You go to find seating in the place, and the chairs are from the 60s. They've not been reupholstered. The surface of the chair was disgusting. You can't imagine how many rear ends have been on that thing. And how do you sterilize that? It's a completely cracked and open. Like, it's just the state of this place. Then you're greeted by payments very quickly. That doesn't take them very long to do. They want to make sure they get their money, so you're quickly ran through the payments department. That's not a problem. And then the wait starts for the actual appointment. Everyone, there's no privacy. Everyone's saying all their personal information at the front desk. They're asking for all this health card numbers, phone numbers, date of birth, everything. I'm telling you, everybody who went to that desk, you knew everything about them. All this critical information. And then they take you in to get your x-ray. No chairs. It's a stand-up appointment. You can see right in where they're having the x-ray done. The people are looking at you like it's insane. It's okay. So you get through this whole process, then you wait your hour for the doctor. The doctor greets you in the examination room, which is also old, not as bad. There is a window. And he's got his mask on because of the unnamed virus. So everybody has to now. So you can't smile. You can't get a feel for the guy. They don't shake hands. Then it's like a transactional situation. So we're talking about, day surgery, overnight surgery. And it's like, all right, do you want this? You want that? It's like, do you want a new cabin air filter? Do you want your engine flushed? All right, here's the consequences. Here's if you do, if you don't. And then in and out, and see you later. The bedside manner is that of I've had better people working at the desk at an auto repair shop. I've had more personable people. I know, actually, Barrett, you do really well if you ever see this. I gotta go see him tomorrow. Really nice guy. he's the guy at the counter at our local auto repair shop, and he's doing tires for me, and he went out of his way to try to find the best price he could for me, and I got better service at the auto repair shop. This system, everything is energy, everything is vibrating at a specific frequency, and our objective to heal our bodies is to get our vibration as high as possible. In order to get it as high as possible, you need to spend as much time in a high vibrational environment as possible. And the healthcare system is anything but that. It's the complete opposite of what it should be. There should be music playing. There should be comfortable seats. It should be quiet. You should have plants, artwork, interesting things to look at. It should be clean and neat and tidy and smell good. Fresh air. How about a smile? That goes a long way. The energy of the people treating you is just as important, if not more. We are doing everything backwards. Everything wrong. We are living in environments, trying to heal people environments in a 180-degree direction of how it should be. This is not how hospitals and healing centers should work. I've had a vision for a healing center since I had my awakening. It's in that book that I talked about where I made the predictions that came true. And it's a lot different. And I suspect it'll be a lot more effective. So I think that's where I'll leave it. So in short, keep your head up, keep your spirits up. Everything's going to be okay, except in our healthcare system right now. But God willing, I'll be given the funds and the ability to help change this in the future. That is my prayer. It's what I pray for quite regularly. This is not how we should be treating our people who are ill. So, as I always say, I hope this video finds you well. I love you all, and we'll see you tomorrow.